Hello YouTube friends and fans. This house was built in 2001. We purchased it in 2009 and have made improvements to it ever since. If you like what you see in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up. This was the 5th kitchen remodel I have done, and currently this is our permanent home. Let's go inside and see the change. This kitchen felt a little awkward. This door did not open, the solid wood door, and so you'll see in the end we flipped the hinges around. We also, in the process of just living there, we added a vent, got rid of the microwave you saw on the last screen, and this is when we decided to change. The kids helped as much as they could. They were little at the time. We ended up changing this soffit so that we could put in 33-inch cabinets. This vent is the reason we couldn't go any higher. And there's a vent on the back side of this wall for the above the sink. We pulled the cabinets one by one. We didn't smash them like you would see on a fancy television show. These cabinets have value, and I believe we sold them for around $300. So if you take your time, all kitchen cabinets have value. In this process, we had to do the rewiring and relocation of the plumbing, gas lines. Here you can see the install of the new boxes, and there is also a little drawing there on the wall we put for the remodeler. We paid to have this drywalled, and they kindly worked around us so that we weren't without too much of a kitchen for a long period of time. You can see all the plugs and outlets on this wall. When you notice we get to these other videos, we reduced the outlets and plugs down to basically one box on each end. When we grouted the backsplash, it made a huge difference. The most amount of time installing the tile glass was spent cutting out around those outlets. We installed a vented hood through the roof, and this is a little break that we get in the evening to watch from our dinner table. Gotta enjoy the good life sometimes. We let the kids use tools. Helps with their creative learning and skill sets that they can build upon for many years. I believe that there's a lot of learning at this young age. They won't remember it, but it does build that little brain muscle they have, and hopefully benefits them greatly in the future. And it kept them occupied during the remodel. So we pulled all this trim in both rooms. We had new flooring laid down, and here you can see where we took the wall out. We had to raise that header to match the soffit. And you can see the outlet box here. You can also see the vent. And here you can see we have power for the range, and we have the 2 outlets on both ends. Like I said, that really sped up the tiling of the backsplash. This is the floor we chose. This is the day of installation. We ran into one major hiccup. You notice the box of tile sitting on the floor. There's a board under it. The subfloor actually gave way when the glue hit it. The moisture in the glue caused it to laminate, and he created a huge bubble. So our installer had a great idea. He took a large needle, put some glue down in it, filled the cavity with glue, squished it back out with weight, and then piled weight on top. So far it's been great to this day. We allowed the kids to paint and participate as much as possible. This was the previous wall setup where this stove was at, and now it has a dishwasher and sink. This setup is very unique, and I don't know if many, if any, people have ever done what I did here. If you look at the 15-inch cabinet plus the valance, do the measurements, I have a 2-inch offset on the one cabinet, and because there's a 17-inch lower, but I only have a 1-inch offset at the corner over the sink. Never had anybody complain about that. Here we installed, placed back in place, the dishwasher, and if you notice behind the yellow level, there is no back to this cabinet. I had this cabinet specially built this way. There's no side for the first 8 inches and no back on the first 8 inches. We did install a cleat all the way across the back of it to hold the countertop, which we went with granite. And I also had the box between the sink and the cabinet shaved 1/8 of an inch so the lip of the sink base would fit under there. This is a 30-inch cabinet, and if you ever measure your sink base, it really only needs 29 inches of room. So there's plenty of room in a 30-inch cabinet. And when you look at the measurements on the drawing, you can figure out where that other 1 inch is stolen from. This shows the drawing of where it was cut out on the side. I told him to drop it. Shows the toe kick for all the cabinets. I really enjoyed having the kids help with the tools and participate in this build. Surprised we haven't done more of this with them, because we did 4 houses before we had kids, and we really haven't done it since. But they love to get in and help. We have the granite countertop now installed. No backsplash yet. We did a test run in our mudroom. We bought these sheets of tile. They were cheap, $2 a sheet, and we installed them in here. Gave us great perspective on how to do the rest of the work. And what we learned was, first of all, we put the mud on way too thick the first time. We had so much mud on the backing pushing through, it was unbelievable. So, but it turned out well. This was our makeshift countertop we used. We lived in this remodel. You can see we got outlet box going in. Put the valance up. The valance was a surprise. The wife didn't know it was coming. When they made it, they only made it square, and I made them recut it so it matched the arch of the upper doors. As you can see, we've got the tiles renumbered and laid out. You can see beside the bucket the hole for the outlets are cut out. This was a very tedious project due to the size of it. It was very interesting, very proud of what we accomplished. We installed a under cabinet lighting system. It was a rope light. As you can see, it's rather bright. All the wires are actually hitting in the wall through the base of the cabinet. Very pleased as well with how this turned out. Here is Backsplash with the grout added, and we're cleaning off the residue. It was a big task. Best thing I can ever tell somebody, lay the entire thing out on top of the countertop. That way all your pieces are ready to go and you don't have to go hunting for pulling them out of a box. We did all the cabinet pulls ourselves, and of course I really wouldn't let them drill, so they get their toys out and pretend. These were $1 purchase off of eBay per handle. They look like they're a lot more than that to me, but they weren't. This is the wall drawings for what used to be the sink, is now where we moved the stove. You can see that these are two big cabinets. This was the reason for the upgrade of this kitchen. We got rid of the center dividers in all these cabinets. One of the biggest problems that most people have when they go to a box store, the cabinets, they buy like, let's say, two 24-inch cabinets. Well, you lose a ton of space with that center divider between the two. You're better off with a 48-inch cabinet. As you saw with the sink base, going custom allows you to get very creative and maximize space. If you measure a 30-inch cabinet on your uppers, most of mine in this house measured 27 and a quarter. That's 3 inches loss. My uppers that I currently have, because they're built with the boards as far pushed out as possible, I gained an inch. I still have a room for the under cabinet lighting, but there was no gap at the top, so the measurement is now 31 inches out of 33. This is quite a bit of cubic space gain, and you can also see the vent here, the metal vent coming down, and a picture of the layout of the cabinets. That is all for us. We did the cabinet installation ourselves. Something else that I found out that most people I've never seen do it. You notice where my electrical plug is for microwave? Most people put it on the bottom, just above the microwave. Well, if you think about this, most of your shelf space is, quite a bit of shelf space is lost due to that plug if it's on the bottom. So I had this installed at the top, and if I was to put a little wire tie to the top of that wire, it would stay neat and cleanly out of the way. Now that all the cabinets are installed, we did use plywood as a template for temporary countertops until the countertops came in. It did not take very long. And if you're wondering, price-wise, we invested about $10,000 on this. The cabinets were 4, countertops were 2. We had $2,500 in labor for the raise the soffit and change the plumbing and all that out. These have soft closed drawers, soft closed doors, and that's most of the cost. You know, obviously little upgrades for electrical and different things. But all in all, that's real close to the ballpark of the cost and the cost of flooring. We use gray elm cabinets, was the type of lumber. Stain, dovetail drawers. I tried to use the best of the best. And I think the overall finished product is exactly that, the best of the best.